Hi, here we are at the beach at the very edge of the Delaware Bay. I'm not going to tell you exactly where in the state of Delaware we are, because for our purposes, I chose this location to illuminate and flesh out Jason's character. If you remember in the beginning of the novel, Jason is a farm boy from Hershey, Pennsylvania. He is landlocked. He relates to the earth. So when his whole life changes, and you know why, he is taken completely out of his comfort zone to parts of Delaware that are wetlands, marshy. In other words, what I wanted to say as a subliminal message to the reader, and also to underline Jason's instability, is there's no longer terra firma. There is no solid ground beneath his feet. There is only the marsh and wetlands. It's dark. You can't find your way. You slip and you slide. There's a lot of slipping in this book. And also when you come out to the bay, because interestingly, this topography where I located his house, you can see the houses are right there. And the houses on that side are overlooking the wetlands. They're overlooking marsh. And you can walk right out one side of the house and go to the marsh. And you can walk out the other side of the house and go to the Delaware Bay, which is huge and looks like an ocean. And I also wanted to sort of suggest a little that Jason is at his limit. That he is, as an emotional matter, where the land meets the sea. And he is, to a certain extent, at sea. And all of that is thematically underpinning, I think, the character in the novel. I thought you should see it. Live, sometimes faces will come, sometimes people will come, then it will say, what is that song? I knew that you could do it. I knew it. I 3 people. Okay, we're off to a start. Oh my God, I did it. What is that song? Hello, Emily. What is that song? It's from, what is it? My Fair Lady, or, you know, I knew that you could do it. Hey, Sue, I knew it. I knew it. I knew that you could do it. And indeed I did. Isn't it weird? Just the minor amount of self-esteem we get from operating our own phone correctly. God damn it. I'm sorry, I got excited. 99 people, this is so great. Thank you all for coming back. I appreciate it. I'm sorry I cursed. That shows you that I'm genuine and authentic and really excited. I'm glad that we could make this work. This is terrific. Thank you for coming back. I, like to do a little bit in these things, not read you from the book or tell you stuff you can read on the flap copy, but it's really about what happened to the Bennetts and the stuff that kind of gave rise to the book or inspired me, or the little secrets that are kind of behind it. Tonight we're going to talk about something important about character. But before we do, I'm kind of vamping till people come on. Hello, Maureen. Hello, Janice. Genius in technology. Yeah, baby. I did it. And I just also have to have a wardrobe apology up front against Sally. How are you? Welcome back. Sally was our contest winner last time. Because as you know, we're going to talk a little bit behind the book. And then we're going to talk about announcements. And then we're going to, pick a prize winner of an iPad this week, which is incredible. We're giving out iPads every week until pub date, which is, let me guess, I think it's March 29th. It's supposed to say probably March 29th. Even the author could figure it out. Not only does she get the Facebook Live going, but she knows her own pub date. Thank you, Joanne. I did wash my hair for you guys. 2 for 2. You guys are too funny. Hey, Bruce. This is wonderful that you're here tonight. I have to start up with an apology with this from the video before, because I just have to say that t-shirt, I cannot even believe how bad that t-shirt looks. Now, in my own defense, good Sally, I just have to say to you that, believe it or not, I dressed up for that video. I know that is almost impossible to understand given what a slob I look like. But in my defense, I will tell you, and I'm hoping that this hits a note for you, because I sort of think that is my best t-shirt. It's actually kind of cool. I got it from a cool store. It was supposed to be hip and white, and the new fresh t-shirt that you get that you just basically know is overpriced for no reason, but you will look cool whenever you wear it. It's like my dress t-shirt. And so I put it on for the videos thinking I look like hip and happening, and really, I'm telling you who I look like now. This reference will mean nothing to you, so you'll have to take my word for it. I look like my father. My father had that exact same t-shirt. He always wore the kind with the v-neck. And then when I turned to the side, you can see it's frayed. Now what you have to understand is I paid extra for the fraying. Like the fraying is supposed to that's supposed to make it look cool, but really I couldn't even, I'm just like mortified. And if we had, I didn't change for any of these videos. So it's just me in that dumb, horrible t-shirt every time. Yes, thank you. That was beach attire, except I don't live at the beach. I got dressed up for my video and went to the beach to give you the inspiration behind the book. Please know that I care a lot about you. You can tell that because I put my best stuff on tonight. Laura gave me this. It's so pretty. I got a new sweater. I cleaned up the room, at least the part of the room that's behind me. And I really care about you. And I do believe in like trying to look nice. So you just would never know it from these videos. So forgive. Just say to yourself, oh my God, she has the hip t-shirt. She must know something. So I'll get her book. Like that's how your reasoning has to go. This is wonderful that you're here. I appreciate it so much. Tonight, what I really wanted to talk about briefly, because I want the educational portion of this to be like minuscule, because really, who needs it? And these are times when I just love being on to see you. I see Lisa, Stacy, Pat. No apologies necessary. You guys are so nice. My father's t-shirts had holes, not a fashion statement. Right, I know. I know. I should have got a Hanes for $3 and I would have been fine. But I just like to talk tonight about character and it's a little bit inspired in what happened to the Bennetts by kind of almost what we went through with the pandemic. Because, and that's my excuse for the outfit too, that I thought that was like the best I ever looked in the pandemic. Wow. Now you know why I'm so very single. In any event, the point I was trying to make in that video, which I can elaborate a little bit on now, is that the main character in this book is Jason Bennett. And the title is What Happened to the Bennetts, and it's about him and his family, but he is the main character. And, I mentioned last video that the reason I started in Delaware was because this family, this horrible thing happens to them with a botched carjacking, and they have to go into WITSEC, which is the Witness Protection Program, which sends them to Delaware. Now, that's where they would actually go, according to my research with the FBI. But the thing is this. You have a lot of choices. I mean, I live in Pennsylvania. It's right over the border from Delaware. I drive around Delaware. I'm looking around. Where best to set this? And I really thought about this character because everything in a novel, especially in a thriller, has to really work and really underline the point you're trying to make in a subtle way, because God bless you guys, you're smart. Readers are smart and they don't need you to hit them over the head. But you want all things to work thematically. So I found this shoreline of Delaware, which is really we talked about this last week, the title, the tides go in and out there. And I thought this is the perfect location for him. First, because as I said last week, a beach town off season can be a ghost town. And this is a family that has to ghost everybody. And so in a way, thematically, that really worked. And there was a ghost forest there even, which you can't even make up if you tried. Like that's the part where people go, she made up this ghost forest. And I'm like, no, you will Google it because you guys are smart. And you always do. You go, hey, she actually knew what she was talking about. What a miracle. I know. I've divorced twice, so I don't always know what I'm talking about. Like there's 2 times when I exactly did not know what I was talking about. But when it comes to books, I kind of like have a fighting chance. So anyway, I go to place where the ghost forest is, the tides. And the tides spoke to me. I know it sounds crazy, but I actually thought this is very interesting for this character because I pictured this character from like where I am, like Pennsylvania, farmy. I live on a farm. I have chickens. I'm a terra firma kind of girl. I like the land beneath my feet. And that also is metaphoric. Look at this, pulling out the big words for you, because that is kind of what we all want to feel like. We say center yourself or get your feet under you. That's a real feeling of security. And this is a guy, Jason Bennett, who grew up in Hershey, Pennsylvania, not far from me. Yes, home of the chocolate. You don't even want to know how many times I took my daughter there, Francesca, on a field trip when she was little. I said, get in the car, we're going to Hershey. Why? Because we just love chocolate. I mean, who doesn't? And in any event, Hershey, just like where I live, is rolling farmland. He grew up as a dairy farmer in Hershey. My farm was actually the last dairy farm in Pennsylvania. Who knew? Well, the cows did, but in any event, here he finds himself in Delaware. And what I loved about this setting and the tides in particular and the sand is that from your just experience with tidal areas that the land beneath your feet is uncertain, right? He all of a sudden is at a place, a guy who's used to terra firma and earth and manure and all of that groundedness in a good way. And when he goes to Delaware, poor Jason finds himself, the rug is literally pulled out from underneath his feet. He doesn't know where to step. When you are in a tidal area, you know that 1 hour later it can be a place that you can walk. And then 2 hours after that, you can't get stuck there or you could get out to sea. I mean, that's my scientific explanation of tides. You get the idea. But you see my point. It underlines his feeling of insecurity because as soon as the carjacking happened and his whole life changes, he's in this WITSET program and the ground is not certain beneath his feet. The sand shifts beneath his feet, and it's true of everyone in the family. His wife, Lucinda, by the way, she's a photographer, and we tell a little about what she's like, you know. She's very interested in families because she's a family photographer, but she knows what it's like, and so do you, because if you have ever taken your family's Christmas photo, you know this issue, right? You get everybody together, everybody looks nice. I only can speak to this from basically dogs, but I took a dog Christmas photo. I wish I had brought it. You could see it. I'll put it up on the website. It's great. It has I had Tony at the time, all 4 dogs for one moment looking perfect. But I also did the outtakes because right before the little elf hats falling over and their little sweaters messed up and they don't stand in a line, then one looks kind of dopey and then the other one starts to, you know, lick his feet or something else. And you're like, this is a nightmare. She knows what that's like. She is a photographer, so she knows what it's like right before she snaps the family picture. And in a way, I thought that was resonant too, because she is creating an image. Her terra firma is very interesting because her terra firma is in part an image. And if you know photographers, and I did some research on this, they say seems like they call the photo the image. Like they don't really call it the photo. It's an image. This is the image I made. And it's so interesting and resonant for all of us in these times because to a certain extent, we've all become our own family photographers. And we put our stuff up on Instagram and Twitter and all those places. And you see them there. But we all know what it's like the minute before. That's before everybody. It's when everybody is who they really, before they go. So she has that loss too. When she's in WITSEC, she can't take pictures. There's no families. They can't communicate with anything. I said that last time. It's a little, and the kid, and Ethan, their son, has the same problem. Because, you know, for kids, school is terra firma. Like they come home, but basically at a certain age, it's their friends, it's their soccer schedules, it's their teachers, it's their books, it's all of that life around school. And that's taken out from this whole family. In a way, the pandemic informed the book, although reading it is not the pandemic experience, believe me. But it's a little bit like in the pandemic, at least we can communicate this way. Imagine being WITSEC and you can't communicate with anybody you knew. You have to leave everything behind. And there is no more horrifying feeling, especially when it's your own family. Lucinda, the wife, has to leave her mother in assisted living because she is in memory care. Which I wanted to use that too, because we all have had some experience with that. And even that memory loss is this kind of her own mother has that shifting. Where is her terra firma? Where is your terra firma when you begin to lose the memories of your life? It's really heart-wrenching, but I think it's real. And it's the kind of real stuff that families deal with every day, only writ large. And that's the themes in the book. You know, who makes us what we are when we find ourselves in this terrible predicament where we don't know what terra firma is? I mean, don't we have that to a certain extent right now? There's a horrible war, horrible pandemic. Where is the solid ground? Where is our security? Where can we find it? Well, this family finds it in each other. And I don't want to give anything away because there's lots of twists and turns. But that's really what's behind the book. That's why I took you to the beach in my terrible t-shirt. And thank you for your kindness in saying it was beach attire. It's only beach attire if an idiot like me wears it to the beach. Thank you very, very much for your support, your loyalty, your good humor. You guys are so nice. I see these wonderful comments. Hooray. That's what I love. That's the whole point of this. You know, I love my books and I'm very proud of them. And I know you'll love them too. But really the point of this is hooray. Hooray in each other. This is a really tough time in this world, but we can always celebrate each other. And I celebrate and I'm grateful to each and every one of you. Thank you very, very much. Hooray.